Hello, friends, coin collectors, and treasure hunters. Did you know that some of the smallest coins in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune? Today, we're diving into two of the most talked about Lincoln pennies, the 1989 Lincoln cent and the 1996 D Lincoln cent. At first glance, they look like ordinary pennies, but in rare condition or with special mint errors, these coins have been known to reach values in the thousands and even millions of dollars. So, don't scroll away, because one of these little copper treasures sitting in your change jar right now could be the key to changing your life forever. Stay tuned till the end, because you won't want to miss a single detail. The first up, I'm talking about the 1989 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that, under the right conditions, has the potential to be worth millions in today's collector market. This isn't just a penny. It's a hidden treasure disguised as the humblest coin in America's currency system. The Lincoln cent is a piece of American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it became the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. By 1989, the coin was well into its seventh decade of production, still bearing Lincoln's noble profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But while millions were struck, only a handful of 1989 pennies, perfectly preserved or minted with rare errors, stand apart as priceless relics in the world of numismatics. The key to the 1989 Lincoln cent's immense value lies in rarity and condition. Most pennies from this year are worth just a cent, maybe a little more to a casual collector. But imagine a 1989 penny struck in flawless condition, graded at the highest levels by professional grading services. Such a coin gleams with its original luster, untouched by circulation, and immediately becomes a star of any collection. Add to that the possibility of minting errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet mistakes, and suddenly a simple penny transforms into a coin worth thousands, even millions. Collectors and investors alike crave these rare finds because they represent something unique. In a sea of billions of pennies, only a select few carry perfection or the unusual traits that set them apart. And rarity always drives value. Just like a diamond among stones, the 1989 Lincoln cent in mint condition shines brighter than its ordinary counterparts. This is why stories of rare pennies selling for unbelievable sums are not myths. They're the natural result of supply and demand in the treasure-hunting world of coin collecting. What makes the 1989 penny even more fascinating is its place in time. America in the late 1980s was on the verge of tremendous change. The Cold War was ending, technology was advancing, and the economy was shifting. A coin minted in 1989 carries the spirit of that transformative era, a reminder of history etched in copper. When such a coin survives untouched by circulation, it becomes more than just money. It becomes a preserved piece of America's story. Many people don't realize that wealth often hides in the simplest places. Think about that jar of change on your shelf, that old box of coins in your attic, or the handful of pennies you got in your grocery change years ago. Among them could be the 1989 Lincoln cent that changes your life. The difference between an ordinary penny and a millionaire's treasure is often just awareness. The awareness to look closely, to appreciate the small details, to recognize the extraordinary within the ordinary. There are countless stories of collectors who unknowingly held on to pennies for decades, only to later discover that they were worth life-changing amounts. The 1989 Lincoln cent has that same potential. Its value doesn't come from its face value, but from its rarity, condition, and the demand it commands among passionate collectors. To some, it's just a penny, but to the trained eye, it's a golden opportunity disguised in copper. That's why if you ever come across a 1989 penny that looks sharper, shinier, or simply different from the rest, do not spend it, do not ignore it, and certainly do not underestimate it. Protect it, preserve it, and have it evaluated. Because each coin carries the possibility of hidden fortune, and yours might be the very one collectors have been searching for. A penny in your hand could be worth millions on the auction block. So my friends, the next time you see a Lincoln penny from 1989, hold it up to the light and look closer. You might just be holding more than a coin. You could be holding a piece of history, a key to fortune, a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Don't let it slip away. Because sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest power to transform your destiny forever. The second up, The Lincoln cent has always carried a special place in the hearts of Americans. Since its first release in 1909 to honor the centennial birth of President Abraham Lincoln, this little coin has told a story of resilience, history, and hidden wealth. But among all the years of production, some stand out as legendary. And in 1995, the Lincoln cent is one of those coins that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. At first glance, it might appear to be just another penny. But when you take a closer look, this coin hides possibilities of value so great that it could turn your life upside down overnight. Now imagine this. A coin minted for just 1 cent, casually slipping through millions of hands over decades, only to reveal itself today as a rare treasure worth millions. The 1995 D penny, minted in Denver, carries with it not only the legacy of Lincoln, but also the allure of rarity. Certain examples of this coin in pristine condition, or with rare minting errors, have been spoken of in hushed tones by collectors, because their values can skyrocket beyond belief. If you were lucky enough to have such a coin in your possession, you wouldn't just be holding a piece of copper-plated zinc. You'd be holding the key to unimaginable wealth. To understand why this penny holds such power, we need to revisit its history. In 1995, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced billions of pennies. Yet out of that enormous mintage, a tiny fraction contained imperfections that would change everything. These errors, whether in doubling, misstrikes, or unique die conditions, became golden tickets in the world of numismatics. Collectors hunt tirelessly for these varieties because they know a single mistake in the minting process can turn an everyday coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. And with the 1995 D, that story became very real. Collectors often say that condition is everything, and that rings especially true for this coin. If your 1995 D Lincoln cent has survived the decades without scratches, discoloration, or wear, then you're already holding something far more valuable than pocket change. Add to that the possibility of a mint error, and suddenly, what once was a penny becomes a potential million-dollar fortune. The truth is, these rare conditions are so scarce that many collectors spend their lives searching without ever finding one. But imagine being the lucky person who discovers one tucked away in an old jar or hidden in a collection you inherited. The thrill would be unmatched. What makes this story even more incredible is how unassuming the coin looks. The 1995 D doesn't sparkle with gold or silver. It isn't heavy in the hand like a $50 or a silver dollar. Instead, it hides its wealth behind a humble face. Lincoln gazing forward, with a familiar Denver D mint mark just below the date. To the untrained eye, it's nothing special. But to those who know the secret, it's a symbol of opportunity, a reminder that treasures are often disguised as ordinary things we overlook. Think about it. How many times have people spent a 1995 D penny without even realizing its hidden value? Maybe it was passed as change at a gas station, dropped into a vending machine, or tossed into a drawer. The thought that such a coin could hold the power to change someone's fortune overnight is almost unbelievable. Yet that's the beauty of rare coins. They're not just money. They're hidden doorways to wealth and history. And this is exactly why collectors never stop looking, because the next great discovery could be waiting in the most unexpected place. Over time, stories have circulated of 1995 D Lincoln cents being sold at auctions for staggering amounts, depending on their rarity and condition. A coin that cost just 1 cent decades ago can now fetch thousands, even millions, in today's market if it carries the right characteristics. This is why coin enthusiasts constantly remind people, never underestimate the power of a penny. Its face value is just a number. Its true value lies in rarity, history, and demand. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1995 D Lincoln cent, don't dismiss it. Look closely. Study its surface, its shine, its details. Because one small discovery could mean the difference between a forgotten coin and a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The lesson this coin teaches us is simple yet powerful. Fortune often comes hidden in the most unexpected places, and only those with a vision to look closer will ever find it. In the end, the 1995 D Lincoln cent is more than just currency. It's a symbol of possibility, a reminder that life-changing opportunities can come disguised in the smallest forms. Whether it's hiding in an old collection, resting at the bottom of a jar, or passed unknowingly from hand to hand, This coin carries with the promise of wealth, wonder, and history. And for those who recognize its worth, it's not just a penny. It's a golden key to a brighter, richer future.